A haunting in Moonlight Grove. Once upon a moonlit night, amidst the towering oaks of Moonlight Grove, a whispering shadow stirred, casting a chilling presence over the sleepy town below. It was said that on such nights, when the wind whispered secrets through the branches and the moon bathed the world in silver light, the ghost of Emily Holloway wandered the woods, her ethereal form beckoning to those foolish enough to venture near. Chapter 1. The legend awakens. In the heart of Moonlight Grove, nestled among the ancient trees, stood the Holloway mansion, a relic of a bygone era. The mansion had long been abandoned, its once grand halls now echoing with the whispers of the past. Locals whispered tales of tragedy that befell the Holloway family generations ago, rumors of a young girl, Emily, who vanished without a trace on the eve of her 18th birthday. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the forest floor, a group of curious teenagers gathered at the edge of the woods, drawn by the allure of the legend. Among them was Sarah, a fearless soul with a penchant for adventure, and her friends, Jake, Mia, and Alex. With flashlights in hand and nerves of steel, they ventured forth into the darkness, their laughter echoing through the trees. But as they delved deeper into the forest, the air grew thick with unease, and the whispering shadows seemed to grow closer, their icy fingers brushing against the skin. Chapter 2. Into the darkness. The deeper they ventured into the woods, the more the forest seemed to come alive around them. Trees swayed ominously in the breeze, their branches clawing at the night sky like skeletal fingers reaching for the stars. Strange noises echoed through the darkness, the rustling of leaves and the creaking of branches merging with the haunting melody of the wind. Despite their growing unease, Sarah and her friends pressed on, their curiosity outweighing their fear. But as they reached the edge of the clearing where the Holloway mansion stood, a chill ran down their spines, and the air grew thick with an oppressive silence. Chapter 3. The haunting begins. As they stepped into the moonlit courtyard of the mansion, Sarah and her friends were greeted by a sight that sent shivers down their spines. The once grand facade of the mansion lay in ruins, its windows shattered and its walls crumbling into decay. But amidst the wreckage, a faint glow emanated from within, beckoning them closer with an otherworldly allure. With trembling hands and racing hearts, they crossed the threshold into the darkness, their footsteps echoing through the empty halls. But as they explored the mansion's shadowy depths, they soon realized they were not alone. Whispers echoed through the corridors, chilling voices that seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere all at once. Chapter 4. The ghost of Emily Holloway. As they searched the mansion's decrepit halls, Sarah and her friends stumbled upon a hidden staircase leading down into the depths of the earth. With trepidation, they descended into the darkness, their flashlights casting long shadows on the walls. But as they reached the bottom of the staircase, they were greeted by a sight that froze them in their tracks. Before them stood the ghostly figure of a young girl, her ethereal form bathed in moonlight. It was Emily Holloway, her eyes hollow and empty, her voice a whisper on the wind. With a cold smile, Emily beckoned them closer, her ghostly form floating through the darkness like a wisp of smoke. And as Sarah and her friends watched in horror, the walls around them seemed to close in, trapping them in a maze of shifting shadows. Chapter 5. The Curse Unleashed. As they struggled to find a way out of the mansion's dark embrace, Sarah and her friends realized they were trapped in a nightmare of their own making. The whispers grew louder, their voices filled with malice and deceit, and the shadows seemed to reach out with clawed hands, pulling them ever deeper into the darkness. But just as all hope seemed lost, Sarah remembered the legend of Emily Holloway and the curse that had befallen her family generations ago. With a newfound determination, she confronted the ghostly apparition, her voice filled with resolve. "I release you from your curse," she cried, her words echoing through the darkness. And with a final whisper, the ghost of Emily Holloway faded into the night, her curse lifted at last. Epilogue. Into the light as dawn broke over Moonlight Grove, Sarah and her friends emerged from the ruins of the Holloway mansion, their hearts still racing with the thrill of their adventure. But as they looked back at the crumbling facade of the mansion, they knew they would never forget the horrors they had faced within its walls. And as they made their way back to town, they whispered tales of their encounter with the ghost of Emily Holloway, knowing that their adventure would live on in the annals of Moonlight Grove's haunted history. The end.